It was a day that Pirate fans have been waiting for all week, the meeting of the Conference USA champion ECU Pirates and the SEC's Kentucky Wildcats in the Autozone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee. And it wouldn't take long for ECU to kick it into gear. With 8:10 left to go in the first quarter and facing a 3rd and 8, Patrick Pinckney hits Devon Drew for a 40-yard gain, which gives the Pirates a first down and a goal to go. ECU can't manage to get it in the end zone on this drive, so they bring in kicker Ben Hartman to attempt a 22-yard field goal. The kick is good, and that puts the Pirates on the board first. It's 3-0 ECU. After a missed 50-yard field goal attempt from Kentucky's kicker, Lona Sieber, ECU has the ball once again, driving down the field. This time, Pinckney hands the ball off to Brandon Simmons, who goes 28 yards for the touchdown. Hartman's point-after attempt is good, and with 14 minutes left to go in the half, it's now 10-0 Pirate. Then, with 9:04 remaining in the first half, Kentucky finally gets on the board when Sieber kicks a 21-yarder to make the count 10-3 ECU. Then on ECU's next play from scrimmage, Pinckney would connect with Darryl Freeney for an 80-yard return for a touchdown. That would be Pinckney's 13th touchdown pass on the year, but the point-after attempt would be blocked by Kentucky, making the Pirates settle for 6, putting the count at 16-3 ECU, and the two teams would go into the locker room that way. Someone must have lit a fire under the Wildcats at halftime, because David Jones gets some great blocks from his teammates that help him return the opening kickoff 99 yards for the touchdown, but Kentucky has some PAT problems of their own as the attempt is blocked, forcing them to settle for 6, putting the score at 16-9 ECU. Then at the 8:24 mark in the 3rd quarter, Kentucky strikes again with a 20-yard pass from Mike Hartline to Kyrus Langster that would tie the game at 16. All of a sudden, the momentum of this game seems to be moving in the Wildcats' favor. ECU does strike again at the end of the 3rd quarter with a Ben Hartman field goal from 43 yards out that puts the Pirates back up by 3. But just as fast as ECU can put points on the board, Kentucky answers with its own 34-yard field goal, bringing them back to a tie game at 19-19. Then a little bit of drama comes to the game, as later in the 4th quarter it appears that Patrick Pinckney fumbles the ball on ECU's own 17-yard line, and Kentucky recovers and returns it 63 yards for the touchdown. But after the Big Ten officiating crew reviews the replay, they determine that Pinckney's knee was down before he lost control of the ball, and ECU seems to dodge a bullet. But on the very next play, with 3:17 left to go in the game, ECU fumbles the ball again, and Kentucky again returns the fumble into the paint. This time there's no question about the fumble, but there's some question about the recovery of the fumble. Again, the play is reviewed, and this time the ruling on the field sticks, putting Kentucky on top 25-19. And as if all the turnovers and replays weren't enough, Kentucky again has their point-after block, this time by Emmanuel Davis, leaving ECU with 3 minutes to play and 99 yards to cover to win the game. Unfortunately for the Pirates, they can't convert on their drive, and they're forced to punt from deep in their own territory, and Kentucky is able to use a short ground game to run out the clock. Final score at the Autozone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee: Kentucky Wildcats 25, ECU Pirates 19. This has been Kim Reeves reporting for What'sUpGreenville.com.